Welcome, welcome, sports fans. This is Ira Lee. I'm here at the 2020 USBA National Championship at 5,000 Years Billiards in Morton Grove, Illinois. We're ready to play the quarterfinal match. The top 8 players are playing quarterfinal match right now. The stream is being brought to you by caromsports.com. Where you can buy all the Predator CRM products, including the Revo 3-cushion carbon fiber shaft, the shaft that all the top pros are using to win championship matches, including Danny Sanchez, Sammy Saginaw, Jeremy Bury, and many others, Hugo Patino, Kang Lee. We're also being sponsored by Theory Cues, always a great supporter of American billiards. The Noel Mendoza Schuler Cue, a local cue maker here in Chicago. Also supporting this tournament are Iwan Simonis, Aramith Billiard Balls. And I'd like to thank our gracious host, Henry Ugartechea, and his lovely wife, Kimberly, for making our week here very, very special. Today we will crown the U.S. national champion. All the players that are playing now have already qualified to play on the world stage at the UMB World Cup in Las Vegas this February. We had a late start today, big rain delay. A giant storm has hit the region, and everybody's been had to start late, unfortunately. So sorry about that, guys. But we're gonna rain, sleet, or shine. We're gonna crown a U.S. national champion today. This is a match between Raymon Groot and Miguel Torres. It's going to be very exciting. Both players are big rivals with each other. In 2020. Raymon Groot beat Miguel Torres in the semifinal match of the Nationals in 14 innings, I believe. During the preliminary round, Miguel gave Raymon a loss for 25 points. Now we're going to play, both have qualified to the top 16 and are now playing the quarterfinal. It should be a very exciting match. In a few moments, the outgoing USBA president, Andrew Gianchito, will join me in the booth, and we will enjoy this game together. Okay, the players will now begin their lag. I'm being joined right now by Andrew Gianchito, the outgoing USBA president. Thank you for joining me, Andrew.
Good morning, Ira. I'm glad to be here. I'm also the tournament director, which is the more important thing right now.
Yes, a very important, maybe the most important role in the tournament right now. It looks like Raymon Groot just won the lag.
And we got started a little late. I think Ira may have told you we had an unexpected rain delay.
Big storm. I saw a lot of cars being stuck under the bridge, and we also went through some giant puddles, detours, so everybody arrived a little later than they would have liked.
I think it's the first, a rain delay for billiards. But
yeah, but I think Raymon Groot was here bright and early, though. He's excited to play. He's hungry here. He wants to take his revenge on Miguel in a big way. He lost to him during the preliminary round.
Yeah, but last year in the national tournament, I believe Raymon won maybe in 14 innings.
Yeah, that was 2020 in the semifinals. Very exciting game. And Raymon put together one of his best games and beat him 40 points in 14 innings. That was a big performance. I think he's been playing that performance over and over in his mind. Raymon, of course, a very, very disciplined and plays a classical style, which I think is very, very nice to mimic.
Yeah, he's a pleasure to watch.
Yeah. Looks like he might have a stun tiki of some kind. What do you think? Looks he's looking at it. A draw
first
tiki.
with a draw.
Yeah. He's seeing if he can take the kiss out. That's going to be difficult.
So does he hit this slow, or does he hit it with some speed?
He's just got to put the right amount of draw action to have the ball bend away from the first rail after it hits the ball. He's going for it. Let's see if he can extend this tiki in an unnatural way. Oh, that's a beautiful shot. And is he rewarded? I think he can slice this yellow under the red and spin into this. What do you think?
Yeah, controls the yellow.
Looks very kissy. It's going to be close. He's looking at his third rail. Just the perfect stroke is required. A lot of English here. Oh, he doesn't like it.
Stood up, looking at it again.
He's looking at it. He's grimacing. Something's wrong with this. His kiss bells are ringing in his head, I think. That happens to me a lot.
Avoiding kiss is a very big part of the game. Biggest part, perhaps.
Yeah, biggest part. Yeah, he's going to thread the needle there. Oh, he actually avoided it completely. What a great shot.
Skimmed the red.
Yeah, he drove the ball instead of slicing it. And that's a nice, so it required him to hit a lot more speed. That was a really nice solution to a difficult problem. So now, do you think he can go 5 rails from the white ball? Very thin?
Off the yellow. Off the yellow.
Yeah, thin off the yellow. I think that's what he's looking at.
It depends on how long the table was playing in practice, so he's got to feather this.
Yeah. Oh, he did it. That's a wonderful hit. Is it long? Too long. He actually overdid that.
Good first inning.
Yeah, here's where he tries to slice the ball. He needs to avoid. He wanted to avoid hitting the yellow into the short rail and then back to haunt his red. So he did it thin. Missed the point.
Miguel with a
Miguel.
natural little position shot.
Yes, and it rolls into beautiful position here. Raymon Groot makes 4 right off the break, making a statement.
Replicate the position, drove the red a little bit, but put it in the corner.
He might be able to play a cross table in the next one.
Off the red.
And perhaps a rail first from the red. I think he'll probably play cross table from the white. Oh no, he is. He's not even on the other side looking at it. He's got plans. Off the red, he keeps looking at the red ball. I thought it might be interesting off the white.
Well, he's
Long,
moved
long,
to the
long.
other side.
Ah, okay. Well, that looks like there's a bunch of solutions here.
He liked the red. He looked at it a long time. Well,
Yeah,
he's going back.
He might play this cushion first on the red. Or
We're,
just
we're
have a
not
very
playing on the
delicate.
shot clock.
No, so the players will take their time. He hits it a little bit too thin. And
Left Raymon a long way away. Is this a tiki behind the red?
oh, that's really hard to get back to the rail, so to make it that short. Might slide. I think maybe dropping it in. He's actually looking off the yellow, I think. Appears to be pointing it. Or he can hit it high speed off the right side of the yellow and looking to make it short. Could that be what he's looking at?
He's definitely looking at yellow. He's going to play short, long, short? No, he's going off the other side.
Long, short, long. High speed here. Flat ball. Beautiful shot. Boy, I really like how Raymon's shooting. Very aggressive. Right out of the gate. Hitting with the high speed. Take a look at this shot. After the third rail, the ball just hooks forward, stays flat. After the second rail, third rail, it flattens out. Makes this ball giant. Beautiful shot.
Looking at a cross table.
Yeah, he's thinking about crossing the yellow, but the problem is he doesn't want to cut the yellow into the red. Is he trying to... He's looking at driving the yellow under the red. That looks really hard. I'd like to see how he passes this kiss. The yellow look to the red looks so difficult to avoid. He looks like he has a plan. Oh, yeah, that was the trouble.
He looked at that for a long time and he was trying to avoid exactly what he ended up doing.
Yeah, so that was really tricky. He tried to drive that yellow a little fuller and go into that little hole, little space. Instead, he cut it a little too thin. Bang. So he leaves Miguel an open table. Lost control a little bit that inning. And let's see what kind of positions roll up for Miguel. I don't think he can stun anything. Oh, he can drive the white ball through the hole and get around.
Yep.
Yes, he does. Perfect. Miguel quickly gets to the table.
Miguel's had quite a few naturals already.
Yeah, he seems to be getting some easy solutions. Except now he's stuck with a hard one. Can he double the short rail here with force follow? Can and he avoid this
He's going to try
kiss?
Yep.
Oh, yes, he can.
Beautiful shot.
Beautiful shot by Miguel. Miguel now on a run of 4.
Off the right side of the white. And brings the white back.
Playing very well. Responds to Raymon's 4 with a 5 now. Thin ball off the outside gives position and safety. Except I think he hits it a little full. Oh, no, he made it.
Skimmed it.
He's playing fast. 4 rail off the white doesn't seem possible unless he can avoid the kiss. He's got to cut. Ooh, miscues.
And a jabbed at it.
Wow.
Would you say Miguel is a rhythm player once he gets going?
I'd say he just jumps up there and shoots a lot like Quadrone.
Raymon is a little more deliberate, although he looked at this one pretty quickly.
Yeah, he plays with a lot of technique.
Cross table.
Hits the ball, catches it a little bit full. Yeah, Miguel shoots from the hip. He's a little more athletic, I guess. He just wants to get his muscles revving. Never really takes any time to second guess himself. Just jumps up there and fires.
Miguel's originally from Colombia, played out in New York for a long time, and now owns a room in South Carolina, I believe. And Raymon, originally from the Netherlands, now plays out of Carom Cafe in New York.
That's right. Just started a family there, bought a new house.
I think his son is about a year, maybe a couple months.
Yeah, cute kid.
Nico.
Yeah, beautiful family with Ellie, his wife.
Nice shot.
Miguel jumps into that rail first backup ticky. Plays so fast.
And
Just
he
sees
didn't
the
look at that
shots
one
here.
long.
No, he just sees the shot and he just doesn't second guess himself, and he plays it. That last shot was pretty impressive. Take a look at this. 2 rails first into a ticky. Beautiful. Now this shot seems to confound him a little bit. I failed to see. Oh, he's going to play
first,
a ticky.
Yeah, rail first off the red.
And let's see if he has enough English to spin. He does.
Yep.
Wow. Tremendous amount of English that he plays after the first rail. See how much English? He needs that English on the second rail to make it short enough. He makes it so short, and the spin takes over. And beautiful stroke. Now let's see if he's got a problem of doesn't want to drive that red into the
short, very short.
Yeah, he's thinking about the kiss here.
Up and down off the white.
Yeah, short, long looks very inviting.
No,
Oh, he was playing 4 rails. Yeah, he knew immediately. He hit that too full. I mean, too thin. Too much English.
Oh.
Raymon now playing for the USA. Four or 5 rails.
Cushions, 5, yeah. And
Drives everything to the middle of the table. Perfect control. Back home in New York, after league, we always throw shots up and try to leave the balls in the middle of the table. That's where all the good opportunities are if you can get them.
little draw here.
Stun draw, a lot of English, avoids the kiss. Is it too much English?
Yep.
Oh, just spins it long. He had a lot of English on that, which normally would magnify the ball that's near the rail, but there's a hole there.
And
So
he found it.
he found the hole here. Probably caught just a little bit too much ball. A big dosage of English. He knew the second he hit the second rail, but just missed. In the meantime, Miguel rolling along. Makes a natural.
So games are to 40 points, and there's a break at
Halfway.
halftime.
The
5-minute break.
the compulsory break. It's mandatory, right?
I think the players can actually waive it, but it's the only time they can take it if they want it.
Right, right. It's a good practice. You know, players, in the past, I remember in the United States, players might wait to the last 2 minutes late in the game and take a break, and that's always
too
a
much
difficulty.
gamesmanship comes on. So at that
Exactly.
point, so.
In the meantime, Miguel perfect control, puts that red in the corner. Didn't matter where he landed on that white, with that red in the corner there.
It's a 5 rail.
Is it too short? Might be too short. Just a hair short. So Raymon needs to make a move now. Miguel, so Miguel catches the corner a little bit deep and whips around and arrives too short to score. This also
could be a little
too
short.
Tables generally will tend to slide less when the climate is very humid.
And it's humid today.
The air is very thick today. Even with these beautiful heated tables, that moisture will create.
Okay. Miguel doing the same shot. A little white ball problem. Just
avoids a kiss. Just misses the point. Wow.
In and out of the corner.
Found a tiny little hole there. Miguel disappointed about that. Raymon not thinking too hard. This is the obvious shot. Looks good. Beautiful. He drives that yellow away from the red. And spins around to score. Beautiful shot, right on line. 3 rails here. Very delicate. Perfect.
Nicely done. Little speed.
Hit it thin to avoid driving the yellow anywhere, and then using the speed to shorten it back up again.
He's looking to make that real long, and he didn't like it, but he may come back to it.
He's going to take a look at his last rail.
He's looking to go short, long.
He's not going to take anything for granted. It's a critical junction in the game. If Miguel makes another big run, he could run away with this. So he has to close the gap. He has to go tight into corner here. Jacked up a little bit. Does he make it short enough?
Yes.
Yes, beautiful. Beautiful technique. He jacks up gently. It's actually a little massé shot. It's a gentle curve to the first rail, and then he has to whip out of that corner. That English on the second rail almost makes it too long.
And he has a similar shot going the opposite way, I think.
Makes it short, almost makes it too long. Just catches the ball.
There we go. Short,
And
long, and then short again, I think. Nope, just throw it that
he
way.
didn't want to fool with another rail. Just cinched it by making it as short as possible there. Very nice. He's rewarded here. He slices that yellow under the red, and he's going to go 4 rails. He should see a beautiful short angle. Fine hit here.
He's got to roll it enough out of the way and into the opposite corner.
Yes, he manages the yellow perfectly and bumps into the bottom of the red. He'll love the next shot. So nice.
Very high quality play to start the day.
Oh, well, Raymon is always playing high quality billiards. Every shot he's puts his heart and soul into it.
Yeah, he's a joy to watch.
Yeah, really nice to watch. I love to see that style. He controls the game. Nothing is by accident. Oh, he goes for the four-railer. Is it long enough?
This is difficult on this table. It opens up. And he just made it.
But you know what? I think the humidity might have helped him a little bit.
Also, the speed was very good.
Yeah, it was a nice speed. At the last rail, the English was petering out. He was able to.
So
catch
Iris,
the
is
ball.
a 3-rail very thin, or is he going 5?
Here's that last point. Just makes it. I think Raymond style, he'll play 3.
3.
He'll push that yellow to the other side of the table, and he doesn't care how he lands on the red. It's all about control for Raymond. It's like one of those shots where no matter what you do, it's built-in safety, built-in. Is it too short?
Yep.
Yeah, it kind of doesn't get the action you wanted off the first rail. But he defends.
He looked like he hit that with just high, and it
Didn't
flattened
have,
out.
Yeah, it didn't have English.
Yeah.
Or maybe he hit it because he hit it so slow that English disappeared before it hit the rail. He needed it to grab a little bit more on that rail. But as you see, he played a defensive speed, forcing Miguel to bank. I think the last TV match Miguel played, he made every single bank. It was quite impressive. Now it's going to probably bank a little shorter, or maybe a little stickier. Let's see if he can account for that.
Hitting right about the first time.
He's got to hit the red first. Looking for the red.
Yep.
Perfect. But you see, he hit it a little short. He almost hit it too full.
A little bit, yeah. I'm just looking at the scores of the other quarterfinals, the big matches.
Pedro would be up 9-7 against John Park.
Yeah, but Carlos Mario Villegas is up 24-2 over Tae Yu Lee,
Wow. He's a rhythm player.
shooting a 3-0 at the halftime break.
You take a look at Miguel, just went around the table, ran into a big fat kiss. And Raymond's marching forward methodically. He ran a 6 a couple of innings ago, and now, or actually last inning, he ran a 6, and now he's looking to extend and close the gap further. He hits that with high speed to drive the kiss out, and
On these tables, they really start coming short when you hit them hard. And the angles get shorter and shorter,
yeah,
especially
it
off
probably
the last
didn't
rail.
slide as much as he expected it to. Today is so humid. Miguel has a short angle here, but he's got to drive the red past the kiss very close. There. And is it a little long? Yeah, he hooked forward a little too much. He's probably concerned with making sure he cleared that kiss, which he did. I think Raymond might be able to play this off the yellow. He's looking at it.
Yeah, I think he's going to go 4 rails.
If he goes 4 rails, he's going to have to pass a couple of kisses. Shouldn't be any problem for him. You can choose to play it short or directly, so he'll find a solution. Now he's going to play off the yellow. Picked his 3rd
Yep.
rail. Delicate shot right out of the corner here.
So long.
Yeah, he just slipped through there. So, missed the critical inning. Doesn't leave a really easy shot for Miguel, though. Miguel looking at his options here. Maybe he can spin this off the red. I don't really see too much else. He's thinking about it. Trying to imagine the solution here. He's going to spin this off the red. He's playing
Short, long, short that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but beautiful
It's a good
shot. Yeah, very nice. He didn't use maximum English. He just
Little
followed
speed,
it
yeah.
and hooked it forward. Very natural. Is he forced to play this off the red as a short angle? That's what I think he has to do. Just make sure he doesn't
And where
bank
does the red go?
the
Yeah.
red right into the white, but I think he'll slice it.
Mhm.
Now he's got to avoid this kiss. Gets in front of it. Beautiful. Perfectly played. Intricate timing on those. Can't be sloppy. The kisses loom between the object ball, between the object balls and the cue ball. He successfully beats the red from the kiss. Ooh,
Very
a little
delicate
little shot. Passes all the kisses. A beautiful, beautiful shot by Miguel. He's really feeling the table, it seems.
Playing with Aramith Balls, a sponsor of the USBA on Simonis Cloth. Some sort of commotion in the back. +2.
Perfect. He's marching forward. Responds to Raymon's last 6 with a 4 now. Pedro in the back, taking a commanding lead. So, Miguel waiting for the adjoining table. Former 2020 national champion Taegu Lee, trailing big behind Carlos
27-2.
Villegas. Carlos is a dangerous, dangerous player.
Also a great player to watch.
Oh,
Just
smooth. I
beautiful
love watching
style.
his style. Okay, a short angle by Miguel. He's really feeling this table, 100% of the ball there. But he doesn't get that rewarded. Look at this shot. You have to do something off the red.
It's a 4-railer, short, long, short, long.
Take a look at this last shot. Miguel scores 100% of the ball. Beautiful. He would have preferred to hit half the ball in that one and maybe make an easier shot, but Billiards is brutal. Hit the shot absolutely, positively, perfectly, and then he'll play 4 rails, it looks like.
Yeah.
He's playing a little
It's
bit
a reach,
reverse
though.
English.
It's a
Yeah,
reach.
he's got a reach. What's he looking at? He's looking at doing some kind of bank shot? I don't know. He's looking the other way. He's looking all around the table. Looking at every angle. He's looking at a bank shot of some kind? No,
I
he's
think
gonna
he's going back. I think he
4
was
rails.
concerned where he was going to drive the red. And I think he's going to be long. No, shortened up. Look at
Look at that beautiful shot. Yeah, we thought it was gonna be long, but I thought so too. It's just that the humidity makes the balls a little stickier. He was able to pick up enough English on the second rail. Really delicate shot, very nice. What's he doing here? Feather thin,
Feather.
short angle,
that. Yeah, feather off the red.
maybe not thin enough.
And we are at halftime.
Okay, so players have hit the halfway mark And we're going to take a break and take a moment to thank our sponsors. Once again, for you guys joining us, we're at the halftime mark right now. The stream is being brought to us by caromsports.com. This is the 2022 USBA National Championship held in the beautiful 5,000 years Carom Billiards in Morton Grove, Illinois. Our gracious host, Henry Ugartechea, and his beautiful wife, Kimberly, have made our last 4 days extremely enjoyable. Perfect conditions, clean, feeding the players. So big thanks to 5,000 Years Billiards. If you have a chance to be in the area, this is maybe the best place to play three-cushion billiards. 6 heated European tables, O'Reilly snooker table, newly refurbished Brunswick pool tables, 5,000 Years Carom Billiards. We're also sponsored by Theory Cues, always a big supporter of Carom Billiards in the U.S., always sponsoring the Sangli tournament in New York. We also have a local cue maker, Noel Mendoza, who makes the Schuler cue, the Schuler by Mendoza. $1 Million Billiards makes a lot of accessories and $1 million products, spanning the entire gamut of accessories: cloth, balls, tips, everything, cues, everything you can imagine. $1 Million Billiards. We're playing on Iwan Simonis 300 Rapide Prestige Cloth. Probably the best conditions we can imagine right here at the USBA National Championship.
And the Aramith Balls.
Aramith Balls, Super Pro Cup, the spotted balls that everybody loves. Yeah, perfect conditions all the way around. We also got a sponsor, Mickey Campbell, a very popular table mover that cares about his work. If you need to move a table, look for Mickey Campbell. The players have a 5-minute break.
Yes, 5 minutes.
Once again, my name is Ira Lee. I'm here with Andrew Janquito. I always say your name wrong, Andrew.
That's close enough.
Janquito.
Yeah. I don't say it correctly either, so.
Oh, if you don't say your own name correctly, then I don't know how to say it. So
No, we've simplified
thank you
it.
for giving me license to butcher. I often butcher names, but Andrew's been a very faithful and valuable steward of the USBA, the United States Billiard Association. I encourage everybody to join USBA as a member to find out how to participate in local, regional, and national tournaments such as this. The top 8 players, all playing right now, have already qualified to be playing on the world stage in a few months. The Predator CRM UMB Las Vegas World Cup.
Yeah, we should talk about the World Cup, Ira, because right now the USBA is working on the 2023 calendar.
Yes.
And the very first event of 2023 will likely be the World Cup.
Yes, in the end of February.
Correct.
Right, and it's going to be an amazing event. There's thousands of pool amateurs, and last year we had a great showing. Over 200 players played in the qualification and the main event of the UMB World Cup 3-cushion. It was a great showing.
So the top 8 players from this tournament will qualify for the World Cup, and then the United States has 12 other spots,
right,
which will likely be determined the same way they were last year, which are 2 wild cards to the USBA and 10 to be selected through qualification tournaments.
Exactly, and that's it's going to be an exciting. We're revving up the engines with the USBA. In the future, we may be able to qualify more players through regular events over the course of the year. Okay, the players have returned from their break, and let's follow the action. Raymon looking at making a drop-in shot. He needs to make up some lost ground here. Miguel surged with a run of 6 just before the break. Long, short drop-in. just goes a little deep.
Miguel's averaging 2.5.
And Raymon left him almost the identical shot. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He just tried this drop in. Miguel now.
Well, of course, Miguel had the opportunity to look at
See the action, right?
See the action, see how Raymon
It's
missed
rare
it.
that two players follow each other with the same shot, but when it happens, you always notice it because you remember, unless you've got a terrific memory. Let's see if he can avoid sliding it down. Yeah, well, he made the correction. Miguel shoots so fast, we hardly have a chance to look at our replays sometimes. Even without the shot clock, he likes to play with a very nice rhythm. Okay, let's take a look. The cue ball hooks to the second rail. He catches it perfectly and backs into it. Beautiful shot. Cuts it thin for safety reasons, and he doesn't want to give Raymon any air. That's what it seems like.
Well, he's left the balls in a line, which is never good.
Yeah, he cuts off half his options right away. I don't even see a solution. What do you think he could do here?
Well, George Theobald, who passed away a couple years ago, a longtime
remember.
member of the USBA, used to call this the scissor G position. It's the
Yeah.
alignment of three celestial bodies. There's never a good solution.
Well, let's see if he can find one here. It's going to involve some high speed, I think. Wow, he found a. Oh, he
Kiss.
missed. He
Kisses,
got two kisses.
and he's going to score.
Wow.
Yeah.
He almost found the solution there. He was going for a 7-railer with the high speed, and he almost made it. I mean, that's a tough leave. Miguel has some kind of cross table here. You can either go long, 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 or long, long, short, long, I think. He's taking a look at thinking about what kind of speed and what kind of line to make. What do you think he'll do here?
I think it's going to be long, long, short,
Long, long,
short, long.
short, long, beautiful. You called it, Andrew.
This looks, well, looking at the 5-railer, but no, 3.
Yeah, he's looking at playing 3 rails off the white. He's got 8 feet between him and the ball, so he's got to get a perfect hit. Perfect hit.
Came off the third cushion, opened up a little bit.
And look what he
got
left
rewarded.
himself.
Yeah.
Big time. Now he can play it off the left side
Sometimes
of the...
things go your way.
Yeah, it's going his way. He's getting a lot of good makeable positions here. He'll back it up. And with the backup, you have more positions, maybe even a short angle off the red. That's what he's looking at. Checking his contact points. Looking at the line. He'll play the short angle off the left side of the red, drive everything to the middle of the table, and looking to extend his lead.
I think he did that without a warm-up stroke.
Yeah, it almost seems like he just one-strokes the shot sometimes. He does a quick little stroke and then he fires. Some players have like 50 practice strokes. Did you ever see Sang Lee sometimes with 20 or 30 practice strokes? Wonder what he's thinking sometimes when I watch those videos. for Tay.
I think that's always tough for like the amateur player. Like, I think they tend to rush too much and they take fewer, especially when they start scoring, they take fewer and fewer warm-up strokes. And I think they need to slow down just a little bit.
I don't think the pace that Raymond plays. He's thoughtful, he thinks about the shot. Of course, that's not always good for spectators to watch, but I've seen the opposite of that. I saw it one time they made a 15-second shot clock in Korea with a team championship on TV, and that was a total failure.
Yeah.
The players couldn't even...
It's like a sprint.
Yeah. They were just banging the ball. They looked like, I think Semi Stagner was playing like 800 average.
I guess that's the equivalent of speed chess.
Oh, yeah. So, in that case, though, Miguel was waiting for the table, the adjoining table, so that's why he took extra time on that. But Miguel on a run of 5, really pushing forward. He's made 12 points in the last 3 innings. He's shooting really well, really well. He had a 6, 1, and 5. He's still at the table. This looks tricky, though. If I know him, he might even just... Oh, he's going to try to go 5 rails, high speed. Gets the kiss. Wait a minute. He got the kiss, and he might get kissed again. Whoa, very lucky. He apologizes to Raymond for that.
Do not try that at home.
No, you don't want to try that at home. So he's shooting great, and he's getting lucky too. That's part of the game.
Yeah, I always think of it as a game of like overcoming randomness. You know, because you're trying to get control of the balls, but no matter how hard you try, they don't go where you want them to go.
I like that idea. There's so many positions on the table, and you move the balls just slightly, and it's a completely different solution. And that's, once you start recognizing that, it becomes a beautiful game. Ooh, and look at that. He drove the first ball 3 rails and to kiss it out. And a little bit unlucky, but he does have to manage that. Semi Sagner practices a game where he has
2 balls.
He plays with 3 balls, but he has to drive the second object ball. The first object ball that he hits, he has to drive that into 3 rails into the 3rd ball, which is really interesting.
I've also seen him play the 2-ball game, which is always fascinating.
He's amazing at that game. Okay, here's Raymond looking to make a 5-rail shot to get back into this game. If he makes this, he'll have a great position. Always playing everything under control. Is it long enough? Oh, and he just makes it. He's disappointed.
Yeah.
He's disappointed. He really needed that shot. That would have had a lot of babies if he had made that.
That was somebody's phone behind us.
Yeah, everybody should turn off their phones.
It's always a problem. There was a problem this year at the World Cup. They're everywhere now, and
Signs.
you forget you have it in your pocket.
That's right. We should have more signs. No phones. As one of the nice qualities of this room during this event, there's been no annoying music or distracting beats. So the players, wow, look at this. Feather thin hit, he avoids all the kisses, makes the perfect point.
That was another kind of a stroke that, players should practice a lot, the thin hits. It's just comes in handy.
Oh, he goes to ticky into a backup. And look at this, a little bit luck? No. He almost got kissed in. It was a good line.
drifted to the corner, though.
Yeah. But I think he's gotten enough of good fortune so far, according to Raymon.
Some of the other scores, Pedro is up over John.
This was
Park,
going into a
24 to
good
9.
line, but the red just nicks it and almost nicks it right into the point.
Carlos Mario Villegas, 39 to 4 over Taylor.
Wow, that's a brutal game. Raymond makes a beautiful drop in here
Yes, very nicely done.
and a lot of control. Look at that. He's still in this game in his mind. You look at him, he's controlling the game. Five cushions here. He just needs to watch that red, that it doesn't bang twice into the yellow or make any other unwanted kisses. Thin ball, you should be able to avoid the kisses. Yeah, he hits it full in order to drive that red away from the third ball. Is it fast enough to back up? Oh, doesn't need to back up. Perfect. That's a run of 2.
The third quarterfinal is 14 to 12, but I can't see the scoreboard. I think Kang Lee is up 14 to 12
Yes, he
over
is.
Quattro.
He had an amazing game. He upset Hugo Patino, multinational champion, averaging 1.3. He finished in 30 innings, and he was just glowing all night, you know, enjoying that win. Here's Raymond trying a
So
similar
drop in,
shot
I
that he
guess.
just had good success with. Of course, this is a built-in safety, but he really
Hit it too much.
hit that
Yeah.
poorly that time. He got a big hook off the first rail, and he didn't want so much follow. But look at that safety speed. He's gonna make Miguel work for the points here. Miguel, of course, averaging 2.5 right now. Raymond needs to maintain control and composure if he wants to stay in this game. Miguel is looking at making a bank shot.
Looking to go 5 rails and a bank shot.
Into a little 3-cushion umbrella there. He wants to catch the 4th rail right under the white. That means he has to hit the perfect amount of red ball after going 3 rails. No, he's maybe looking at playing something else, but he might. I think he's going to go for this bank shot. He's been so successful with his 3-cushion bank shots.
No, that's what he's looking.
He's focusing on exactly where he wants to hit, and exactly what speed he wants to hit. That's what he's doing here. Miguel plays with a million systems. Let's see if they work on this.
Another one that he barely stroked you.
Oh, he hit the right side of the ball, just caught it a little bit too thick. Wow, it's a really good effort.
All right, so now Raymond has to start making some billiards to get back into this.
Yeah, we take a look at this bank shot. If he just caught a little bit too thick and he couldn't spin, not enough spin to spin back. Very good effort by Miguel. And with Raymond, he's left Raymond a kind of natural. He's so close to the ball, there's no excuse for him mishitting the first ball. Let's see. Is it short this time? I think it's perfect. It really looks good. Just nicks it? No. That time it slid long. He missed it by a millimeter. Wow. I mean, it looked good most of the way. He's using a bit of body English there, and on the return here, it's so close. yet so far.
If he had clipped it, it would have left him in good position.
Just
But
misses.
instead, it's Miguel's turn.
And Miguel has a 2-rail bank shot, trying to hit a half ball on the top side of the red. This is bread and butter for experienced billiard players. He expects to not only make this, but get a good position. Ooh,
Yeah, 2 full.
he failed that time. Really wanted to make that. It's getting late in the game. Raymond has to make
jumped
a
up
move. Yeah.
from his chair.
What's he looking at here, though? There's a little ticky possibility inside. He's taking a look at if he can get a couple of rails and do a little. He can also double the short rail, which I think is what he's looking at. If he does, he'll also get a decent position. That red ball should come back to this half of the table.
All the way to the corner?
Yep. It's almost the maximum. Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful
there you
speed. I love that authoritative speed, but look, he's now stuck behind the yellow. This is really an unfortunate leave. Oh,
Double the
he has.
rail again?
Yeah, well, he has options off the right side of the yellow, so it's no problem. Yeah, that's what he's going to do. He's going to shoot off the right side of the yellow with inside English and just go all the way up table and spin down. I think he's going to make this. Perfect.
It's 2.
Perfect control. And if this yellow stays off the rail, he can make a decent run right now. He needs to make a comeback to stay in this game. Looking at his 3rd rail. Gotta take no chances here. Make sure he hits his points. If he makes this, I think he'll be able to put the red in the corner by his hand. Beautiful. And not the easiest leave.
Rail first off the red.
I don't like the rail first off the red because for me, I go through that hole every time.
Cross table off the yellow.
Yeah. What is he doing here? Is he playing 4 rails? Yeah, he's trying to hook into the short rail and then spin around and avoid the red on the way out.
Yeah.
Oh, what a beautiful stroke. He took all the kisses out. And well, he little back up, but he deserves to make that. Hit it so nicely. The speed was perfect. Shooting over the ball. It's always uncomfortable cueing.
What's he doing here? Off the left side of the yellow, short, long, short.
Yeah, short, long, short. So with the spin. And hopefully another shot after this. Nice control speed. That's always Raymond's approach. Beautiful. He hit the ball. Had he hit the ball a little thinner, he would have had a much easier shot. But same with the last leave he had. But he has to make the points.
You can't
Hope
play
to hit
position off the
half
second
balls.
object ball.
Yeah, it's always a failed strategy. I've asked a lot of top players, and they said you're crazy to try to hit half ball. Although I talked to some players, and they claim to do that. Doesn't work for me. I have a hard enough time hitting the middle of the ball. Raymond taking a look at his line. Oh, he's going to drop this in. This is a safety tactic. He can just quietly roll this short, long. Delicate shot. Hits it amazingly well. Does he hit the short rail? Yes.
Yeah.
Does he have the speed?
No.
No. Wow, he hit that so well. Beautiful control. Just was not rewarded that time. Take a look at how this ball came down to the last minute. He just had to have a little bit more speed, and he would have scored. So delicate.
We talked about the humidity before, about it affects some of the angles, but it also affects the speed. Is that right, Ira?
Absolutely. Yeah, the balls will roll slower, like they're rolling in mud. A little bit of an exaggeration, but it's a little bit like that. Miguel's looking at playing a bank shot, 5 rails. As I said before, he's been so successful in these bank shots. He's looking at his 5th rail right now, putting his finger there. If I know Miguel, he's probably putting some complicated numbers on there too. All right, let's see if he can make it.
Shooting from 45, if you're using numbers.
Or
going to maybe 45 or 40. It's hard to say.
Maybe he's using centidiamonds or millidiamonds. 453. Judged an extra 2 points for the humidity and the fan. Yesterday I heard a player complaining he didn't make it because the fan was blowing the ball.
Yeah, there was a fan and we got rid of it.
I tend to think that's a little much. It's not like the fan's blowing 100 miles an hour. He's taking all the time in the world.
He's pointing to a lot of spots on a lot of cushions.
Well, Raymon ran a 5 the last inning, and
He has the different strokes. Yeah, when the first time. And there's that's the billiard.
he nailed it. Beautiful shot there by Miguel. He hit that with a lot of speed.
Yeah.
He hit exactly where his finger was and scores the billiard. Wow, he
Had a natural after that.
yeah, and he maintains.
Hit it with some authority, conviction, made it.
Made it, and he's got a great position again. He can hit 3 rails off the red. Looks like he can pass the kiss here. He'll be cutting the red almost into a line to score, so he's going to have to find a solution of playing a 3 or 5. I think he can find it. Perfect. Extending his lead.
So in this matchup, we have like 2 players with like 2 different styles. So do you think it's important for like players trying to learn the game to develop their own style or to mimic someone's style?
I think eventually players have to adopt their own style, right? Because if you're just trying to copy another player, it's not your own. It's easy to sometimes play when you're playing another player, especially a player that you admire. You begin to mimic the other player, and that could work for short periods of time, but eventually you've got to make your own style.
You can mimic someone's like mechanics or approach to the shot, which is different from the style.
Absolutely. There's what you're doing on the table with the balls, and there's just your posture and your demeanor and your speed. But I often try to imagine the style I'd like to see myself play and try to mimic that. That's a fun aspect of the game.
There's a lot of discipline to the game. It's surprising, especially when you're playing, because nerves come into play and you start tending to get away from your habits and your approach to the ball.
Sure,
your rush.
yeah, sure. Everybody has these thoughts in their mind. I love watching players and just learning from their attitude and demeanor at the table. I mean, right now Miguel's playing so smooth, and we know how much pressure he's under right now, and to maintain that easy demeanor, it's not easy to do. Of course, he's so far ahead, it's easy to maintain your composure when you're, you know, this far ahead.
So his cue ball is almost at the exact center of the table. Not quite,
Yeah.
but...
Anytime you can see both sides of both balls, you've got all the options in front of you.
It's just a little stretch to get to the cue ball. So.
But he feels the
Rails
table
off the
so
red.
well right now. He's hitting everything 100% of the ball. He ran a 6 earlier, now he's on another run of 6. The balls are really rolling well for him. But he's creating that situation, you know? He never rolls too slowly to score. That'll often limit your next shot. 5 rails. Beautiful speed. Oh, just misses. But that's a nice run of 6 to widen his lead, 34-19. Not insurmountable for a player like Raymon. He can score a lot of points in very few innings. And I've noticed in practice games, he often does it right at the end of the game. He can score points when it's very late in the game.
So, certain mental toughness to it.
Yeah, that's what it takes.
So the high run in the tournament so far is John Park with 17.
Yeah, that's right. Off the break, isn't it?
Yes, first inning.
First inning or off the break?
Off the break.
Off the break. Wow, that's impressive.
Against Frank Torres.
It always seems at all these at our national tournaments, there's always a run over 17 or 18 by somebody. You know. Ooh, Raymon just barely missing these points. So close. The margin, you know, the score line doesn't really tell us so much about how well someone is playing sometimes. If you take a look at how close, let's take a look at how close
Curved a little
Raymon
bit.
misses this point by just a hair. Poof.
I think the USBA record is 18, held by Mason Shooting in the finals in, I think, 2006 or 7, and then Hugo Patino in 2019
Also
in the
18.
finals, also 18. And
Oh.
Hugo's was off the break.
Off the break.
Oh,
Oh, a
that
friendly
little
kiss? A friendly kiss? Oh, almost makes it anyway. So that was an unlucky shot by Miguel, but Raymon's happy to be at the table. Here's Miguel. Just gets nicked right there, and it just threw the line off. Probably would have made it if he didn't kiss. So Raymon here, not the easiest position, but he's finding a 5-cushion line, a little kiss passing near the red. Beautiful shot, beautiful way to pass the kiss. Does he get the backup? He gets the backup, yes. Beautiful solution there.
Just a 3-rail, Ira.
Yeah, but, you know, yeah, there's too many kisses going 5. But 3 rails, he can't hit it
Delicate,
slow.
yeah.
He has to hit it with a little speed.
He's got to keep the red ball out of it.
Keep the red ball out of it. He might need to draw this a little bit too. In any case, he can't hit this slow. He's gotta hit this with some speed. He's taking a second look at this. He wants to make sure he's sure about what he's doing. He's close to the red, so there's no excuse of hitting the wrong amount of ball. It's just about judging the action of the cue ball off on the cushion. got to not only imagine the points on the cushion, he's got to stroke it with the right action.
He's trying to hit the 5th diamond. Let's see.
He's hitting a little bit low.
Hit through.
Hitting it thin to avoid the kisses. Let's see if he can keep his nerves. Beautiful. He's kept his composure there. Really nice to see. He's right in this game. In his mind, this game is not far from over. Let's take a look at this beautiful draw stroke that he plays. The action off the rail, he snakes it to the second rail actually here. Let's see. Perfect action on the last 2 rails. Bang. So nice. Oh, he's going to do a super spin shot. What's he doing here? Oh, he's going to do 3 rails. Short, long, short. He's going to put a little speed on here. Is it too long?
Looks good.
Looks good. Yeah. But he had that speed to hedge himself in case he had missed. Nice control. Give it a good dosage of English that he needed on the 3rd rail here.
Opens off, yeah. Opens
Yeah.
up on the 3rd.
Bang. Beautiful control. Beautiful shot.
Just looking at some scores, the other 2 quarterfinals still in play. Looks like Pedro was up over John Park 27-12 and Kang Lee over Kwokbo 19-16. So a little slower play.
But here, watching Raymon maintain his composure here is actually beautiful to watch to me. It's so much pressure to be behind in this knockout phase. You know, Raymon wants to win this game so badly. To be in this kind of pressure and then score points is quite a feat. Look at him, he's talking to himself. A lot of positive talk, I'm sure. His face looks determined. He wants to make every point. I think he wants to run, 20 and out. Sometimes you get that feeling.
And out.
17.
With,
well, that would be 21 and out.
Yeah, 21 and out, yeah.
He's going to go for a short angle into a small ball here. Let's see, does he have the right spin? It's a little bit too much spin. But the control is still there. Anytime you can leave your opponent facing the balls, it's better than just leaving him between the balls. So Miguel's looking at a 7-rail shot while slicing this white ball away from the red. It's a lot to ask for, but there's a lot going on in the shot. If he can slice this white ball into the hole between the red and the cushions, he might be able to make this shot. Let's see what he can do. And he did that. You see how he threaded the needle there? Now.
And does he get the backup?
And he just misses it. It was a very, very good effort. That kiss was very difficult to avoid. And it's no accident that he sliced this white ball 2 rails behind the red. That's the kiss that he avoided. That was his first part of the shot, and the second part of the shot is to try to score here, and he barely misses the shot. Back to the game here. Raymon gets a little tap from Miguel for getting so close to making that point. Good effort. He does defend.
Yeah, they traded defensive positions.
It's gonna, at this level, it's gonna be about who breaks whose safeties and manufacture shots for themselves, because they're not gonna give positions to each other. Miguel not playing way over 2 average. He's looking at a bank shot again. See what he's doing? He's been
Come
having
off the top
such,
of the white.
That's right. And even if you come off the top of the white, it's not guaranteed. He almost has to hit it off the top of the white to the long rail and then to the red. So the speed is there. You gotta have the right English on that last rail. It's so difficult. But he's shooting it because the defense was so good. He had no shots, no better shots off the balls. Let's see if he can.
He's 40 to 30. And no,
And he hit the wrong side of the ball.
Went wrong.
Well, a little miscalculation that time. And Raymon back at the table with an opportunity to still keep control of the table. Miguel lost a little control there, going for that offensive bank shot. And Raymon looking to make this, of course, but he's going to hit that yellow
Short,
ball
long,
thin.
long.
He's going to hit that yellow ball thin with English to avoid driving it close to the red. Oh, he's playing offensively. Very nice to see. Oh, he went for the shot. He went aggressive to try to make a position, and he's left Miguel with another. Oh, you know what? I think Miguel's going to have another bank shot because I don't see any shots off the balls here. It's a kiss off the red. Some cross table off the yellow. It looks really impossible. The bank shot looks the easiest. Again,
Yeah, he's looking.
he just missed the last one, so he can use that information perhaps on the same line. It's almost the same line.
Almost a little bit.
A little bit longer,
less,
but
a little bit.
But this one's more natural. He can hit the top of the white and score. Yeah. Rare to see Miguel miss 2 bank shots in a row. Let's see if he got rewarded. Yeah, he has a very makeable shot here. Let's take a look at this bank shot that Miguel has been so successful with. He hits just the right amount of white ball, and bang. Now Miguel is shooting so quickly, he just made another natural.
Left himself with a short rail. He didn't get a buck. It's a little hard to see the angle on the screen. We don't actually watch the actual table. We look at a screen, so it distorts sometimes the angles just a little.
Yeah, that's true. Here's the overhead. We can see the line. Obviously, this overhead view, I call it the God view. It's rarely the view that you ever see when you're playing. So
It's the television view.
oh,
Two rail failures.
lost control, but he still runs 2, maintaining his 2+ average. And
Well, left. This may be a rail first off the red to the corner. Is there enough room?
I think he can play a rail first. I think he'll have to put quite a bit of speed on it to extend the line so it doesn't bend to the second rail. He's looking at the shot that you're talking about. Here's the shot.
Like a little stun. It's
Rail
almost
first.
Almost a dead ball.
Whoa, he actually went long. That's hard to do. It's very hard to go long here. Had a little bit too much speed, or he may have caught a little too much ball. Let's see. He had rail first, and he was trying to judge where that cue ball would turn and break.
Yeah.
He kind of broke a little too late.
He could hit a little more ball. Easier said than done on that shot.
Yeah, but he had to use speed on that to find that line. Very unfortunate. It was a really good effort. He gives Miguel. Oh, Miguel's doubling the rail here. It looks like he's going to hit reverse English.
And a little help
Does he
off the
get a
red
little
here.
bit
Watch
luck?
this. No. Okay.
He just misses it. So
Okay,
close.
good position for Raymond.
Raymond needs a little bit of fortune here.
Off the left side of the red.
Yeah, I took a look at this double the rail, and he needs to catch the corner. Just missed the corner. He almost gets lucky and gets it off the red.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
But
was
look
gonna
at so
happen.
much English, and he still doesn't capture the point. Just misses.
Yep.
So Raymond playing a natural here. Natural with a lot of pressure. Is it too short? It's a little short.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an unforced error. He really needed to make that. The pressure is really coming. He lost a little control there. Miguel now has a short angle shot. Miguel taking his time to look at this line. He gets up again. Doesn't want to miss it long. It's easy to hook it or put a little too much English. It's a
He
he's
wants to hit it thin,
thin and
avoid the kiss, but also not leave it too flat.
yeah. I don't think he has any problem avoiding a kiss here. He's have to make sure he doesn't hit too much English or.
So he tries the white ball parallel. And
Oh, I like how he hit it.
yep.
There's a lot of ball and not so much follow, and had a lot of English that he had grab on the second rail to make it keep it big.
Okay, so he is playing for 3.
Miguel playing for 3. He's got a 6 rail shot here, 6 or 7 rails,
Oh,
and he
miscue.
miscues. Oh my gosh, that was a what a time to miscue. He was thinking in his mind, I'm going to run this out, and then he gets a cueing error. Didn't even look like that was a maximum English shot, right? It was just
That sometimes when you're a rhythm player, it looked like he got down on it real fast. It was just going to one stroke it. And
just going back to what you were saying before. There was the miscue. Ah, he didn't want that to happen now. Still, Raymond got a lot of work ahead of him if he wants to win this. Wait a minute. This has a chance to score. No. I do believe he was trying to hit the long rail.
yeah.
Raymond trying to hit the long rail, hits the, almost makes it short.
He's looking to go off the white.
Yeah, he's looking at
Four
going
railer,
4
maybe?
rails. Yeah.
2. And he's playing for 2. So Ira, as we're nearing the end of the game, I wanted to thank you for being the broadcaster here.
Oh,
it's a
it's
long day in the chair.
No, it's my pleasure. I have a lot of fun in the booth here. Of course, I wish I was playing, but you know, watching these top players, I'm learning a lot, and it's really enjoyable.
And can you also mention the scoring system? We've been using this national tournament. We used it last year. It's great. So if you could just mention the scoring
Yeah,
system.
we're working with a new scoring system called the Spin Hound, and it's able to maintain the playing data. The goal is to maintain detailed and accurate playing data for all the players and all the games in the 3 cushion events across the country. And I think in this way we can help, it'll be a great asset to help develop our sport and create value for all of the members.
And the scoring systems themselves are very easy to use as players. And right now in the match, someone else is scoring, but in the preliminaries, the players scored themselves. It's very easy to use.
Ooh, just missed. Yeah, we put a lot of focus on making it easy to use, accurate, and also so that there's a lot of value, including data value and production value. As you can see, the scores that are being displayed on the screen on the score bug are also, look at this kiss. Oh, so some opportunities Raymond is getting. Yeah, so the scores available not just on the scoreboards. As you can see, we've got big scoreboards for all the spectators to see, but we also have our score bug up in the upper left-hand corner. And it's also, the scores are available updated in real time, within milliseconds, online as well. For all the tables, you can go to spinhound.com and see all the live scores.
Is the scoring systems, the mechanical devices, I'll call them, are they on the market yet? You're planning to bring them to the market?
We're beta testing right now, and we're going to be releasing them very soon. Beta test sites are happening around the country, and we're hoping Pedro's interested in having it in his room. Here at 5000 Year Billiards, at Carom Cafe, of course, is our first beta test site. It's been very successful. And with this type of system, we'll be able to have organized leagues and
handicap tournaments.
Averages. We're keeping all the stats. So look forward to that, and look forward to providing that for everybody. But also, I always feel that live video is useless if it doesn't have scores and commentary. It just becomes surveillance video. Miguel's a little bit, he missed the last 3 innings, and he's giving Raymon
chances, but not
chances,
very good
but
chances.
not good chances. Raymon is still dealing with these problems every inning. I mean, Miguel's not giving it to him. I mean, this shot looks impossible. I mean, what do you do here? Hate to be shooting this shot. Raymond looking to do something off the red ball, it seems. Very, very tough shot. Looks like he's going to hit very hard.
Ooh.
Wow. Perhaps a little bit too difficult of a position. It's so difficult, especially in that position where Miguel needs 2.
And left Miguel with a very manageable shot.
And needing 17 points. It's a lot of pressure.
Played it long.
Plays it long. And
And
now
he's
Miguel
playing for 1.
is playing the match point.
And he's got a 5-railer.
He's got a 5-railer. But he doesn't want to thin it, so the red goes twice across. He hits it full, backs it out, and
that is the handshake, I
scores
believe.
the point.
Yes, indeed.
Perfect shot. Miguel wins the game 40-23 in only 24 innings. So 1.667, nearly 1.7 average, a world-class performance. Raymond really was struggling to maintain control. Miguel was leaving him difficult shots, of course, and he had a lot of tricky positions to solve, Raymond. But Miguel really took command of this game right in the middle, right after the break, and started producing runs. I think especially in the middle, he had that series of 12 points, more than 12 points in 3 innings, and just took a lead and kept it.
I think Miguel, his high run was 6, but I think he did it at least twice.
At least twice. And it's nice to see high averages happening in the United States. We have talent here. I'd like to use this moment to here's the T-shirt of the for the billiard room here, 5,000 Year Carom Billiards. They're actually selling T-shirts and caps here.
People polo shirts and caps.
Yeah, really nice touch here. I'd like to, before we go off air here and go into the first semifinal, I'd like to thank you, Andrew, for helping me out in the booth here. It's been a pleasure to cover the action with you.
Yeah, I guess I was a pinch hitter. I think Masan Shuni is perhaps going to join me in the next round.
Yeah, we'll see. We had a bumpy start, a rocky start this morning. Again, we started about 35 minutes late because of the storm. But rain or shine, or sleet, or snow, we're going to crown a national champion this year. 2022 USBA National Championship.
Right. So the schedule, real quickly, there'll be 2 semifinal matches, and they're played back to back. So everybody will get to see both semifinals, and then finals and third and fourth place.
The whole schedule's been pushed back a little bit. We were going to play the first semifinal at noon. It looks like it's going to be pushed back, maybe 1 o'clock. I don't know. We'll see. They're still playing the matches. But let's thank our sponsors. The stream has been brought to us by CaromSports.com, Predator CRM, the Theory Cues, always a sponsor and supporter of American Billiards. We have also the Schuler Cue by Mendoza, a local custom cue maker here in Chicago. Aramith Billiard Balls, Super Pro Cup spotted balls that everybody loves to play with. The cloth we're using here is also been sponsored by Simonis, 300 Rapide Prestige, perfect for the TV. I mean, I love the color. These days you see all sorts of colors, and especially for a colorblind person like myself, when they start bringing out the bright green and all that stuff, I can't find the balls. I can't. But this blue is perfect.
I think it's called Championship Blue. I might be wrong on that, but it's a nice blue.
Whatever it is.
We also have Hollywood Billiards, another sponsor.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, $1 million.
$1 million Billiards.
Yeah.
Of course, nothing costs $1 million, but they have a lot of budget products and high quality products for billiards, tips, cues, balls, cloth, you name it, they supply.
And $1 Million Billiards has just come on as a USBA sponsor.
Great.
And wanted to say that Masan Shuni is taking over as the new president of the USBA. He's working on formulating a board so everybody can work together and develop billiards in America.
Yes, the United States Billiard Association is experiencing a resurgence with the advent of the World Cup being brought to us with the main sponsor of that event, which was Predator CRM, working with Predator, has committed to do a World Cup. We had our first one earlier this year, which I think was a big success in Las Vegas, and the next one is already on the calendar for February. We just qualified 8 players to participate in the world stage. So joining the United States Billiard Association as a member allows you to play local, regional, organized play and qualify in events such as this national championship to play on the world stage against the best players in the world, some of the top players we all love and admire. At the World Cup, the UMB World Cup the next one being held in Las Vegas in February. And I believe it's also February in 2024.
Yes.
So we can look forward to that, and everybody should dust their cues off. If you're interested in three cushion or would love to join the USBA, go to usba.net. You can also get all the tournament charts and results from this tournament. If you're interested in live scores, go to spinhound.com, and you'll be able to see up to the millisecond updated results from any of the USBA tournaments, including this. Encourage you to do that.
And if I could just take a minute here, Ira, to thank a couple of people behind the scenes. Well, first of all, Doug Deitel during the USBA website posts the charts, when they become available. Charlie Brown does the charts. Charlie's a long-time tournament director, and he does them remotely from New York.
Right. There's Roy Chung here. Yeah. Our technician, making sure that the systems are up and running, the back end is up and running. There's William Hanish, who is one of the engineers, one of the main engineers of the back end of this data system. He's a math genius and a billiard lover for many, many years. All of us know and love from New York. There is also Mickey Campbell came and loved what he saw, and he played in the event, and then he came and supported Henry Ugartechea, who's the owner of 5,000 Years Billiards, with a generous support. There's also Kimberly, Henry's wife, who's behind the scenes making everything here so comfortable, cooking for the players, cleaning until late into the night, so the next day we would have a comfortable environment.
And there's a couple others that every year the USBA gets some donations that go to the prize fund or to the travel fund. So the players here at the Nationals, the top 4 get to go to the Pan American Championship. We now have a guaranteed spot in the individual world championship and in the team world championship.
Yes.
So there are several individuals who donate to either the prize fund or the travel fund. I don't mention their names because I think they just like to work behind the scenes. They know who they are, and I thank them for that. But I urge everybody to become involved. Pick up a cue, find a Carom table.
Yeah.
If you go to the USBA website, there's a place where a room locator where you could locate rooms. You could always email the USBA. It's at secretary@usba.net. And if you're in an area of the country where they don't have Carom tables, the USBA can help find a table or a private owner in your area.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Billiards all around the world has actually experienced a resurgence since the pandemic. Prize funds are going higher and higher, especially internationally. But even in the United States, there's more and more chances to play, and there's more interest. Predator CRM is also producing a 3-cushion billiard table. It's the Apex 3-cushion billiard table.
And is that on the market?
Yes, it is. In fact, all of the tables that were used in the last World Cup have been sold to a room or a couple of rooms that are opening up, and they're happily installing. This is a beautiful table that everybody loved and enjoyed during the World Cup. There's going to be more of those tables on display at the next World Cup, and believe it or not, there are more billiard rooms opening up in the last year than probably the previous 5. So I think we're going to see a resurgence. There's more interest. People are finding out for the first time just how fascinating and amazing this game is. It's perfect for TV, as you see. Every shot is so exciting and interesting. I have a blast. I have just as much fun watching billiards as playing. There's so much to learn. There's so much suspense and excitement just watching the matches, especially close matches.
Yeah.
And
Ira, you do a great job announcing. You know the game very well. It was a privilege to sit here with you.
It's an honor and a privilege to be here. I feel like everybody that's here playing loves to share the game. I see even after the tournament matches for the night, everybody is on the table. I couldn't get a table until very late, until everybody left, because all the players were on the table sharing shots, enjoying the game.
Of course, you and I hit him around a little bit last night.
Yeah, and you play amazing, Andrew. I don't think you missed a shot. You made everything. You were running 5s and 6s. I eventually had to unscrew. I was making an excuse. I had to get out of there.
I also learn a lot by just watching. And actually, the funny thing is when you're here for a day or two and you watch everybody, your game actually gets better.
I was watching you play last night. I said, you should be playing in the final. You were really hitting them well.
Just lucky that day.
But I hope, even though you're not going to be, you're retiring as the president of the USBA after many great years of service, I hope that you'll continue to enjoy and play, and then maybe attend and participate in some of these events.
Well, that's the one thing about once I get out of the politics of it, I hope to go back to being a player. So I'll be up in Carom Cafe sooner or later playing. And
yeah, please, and let's try to let me get my revenge on you, because you were playing so well. I gotta try to play up to your speed. Thanks again for everybody for joining the stream and watching. Please support the USBA. Go visit Spin Out for the results.
Next round, 1 o'clock.
Next round will be at 1 p.m. We're going to play the first semifinal, and which we actually don't know who it will be, but
Right now, we'll just do the other two quarterfinals. Pedro is up 39-15 on John Park. The other game is a little slow. It's 29-25 with Kang Lee over Kwakwo. And we're scheduled, we're going to go at 1 o'clock, but we have to have that last game over and then give the players a little rest. So.
yes, so it looks like Pedro is just about to score his last point. He's winning 39-15, going to 40 against John Park. So, I don't want to presume that that Pedro will win, but John Park did run a 17. If he does that now, he could really come back here. But so there's a very high likelihood that Pedro will be one of the semifinal players.
Correct.
And it's a battle between Kang Lee and Quoc Vo, a talented Vietnamese player from Philadelphia area, who actually commutes to New York every Tuesday to play in our team league at Carom Cafe.
And he also comes up a lot of times on Sunday afternoon. He plays, there's a
I thought-
informal tournament.
I thought he lived in New York, and then
He's up there
he
so
goes,
much.
"No, I just come here from Philadelphia every day, a few times a week." He's
So-
kind of like Charlie Brown back in the SL Sang Lee's original room. I used to think he lived in New York, and he lived in Ohio. So he would fly in to play, and then fly back. He was commuting to play three-cushion billiards.
Yeah, oddly enough, Philadelphia has 2 rooms in the city. One of them has 3 carom tables, 2 old, unheated tables that are not Brunswick, and then they have a heated table. But everybody wants to get on the heated table, and I think Quoc Vo plays out of that room, but it's just hard to get on the table.
Wow. Yeah. Well, he also likes the fact that there's a lot of good players in New York, and he gets to spar against some of the best. Carlo Mario plays in New York. So does Hugo Patino, Michael Kang, of
Lee.
course, Kang, yourself. You come to New York a lot.
I come up quite a bit. It's
Young Lee,
it's
Tay
a
Lee.
fun place to play. And although Ira's being kind, I'm not a very good player generally.
Oh yeah, you're not going to convince me of that. I saw you yesterday. You didn't miss hardly any shots. I'm taking a look here. We
Trying
have
to
in the
get the-
foreground.
yeah,
In the foreground, we have the scoreboard for the match we just watched. But in the background, we have John Park playing against
And
Pedro.
he's waiting for Kang Lee on the table next to him. Now he's ready to play.
And looks like Pedro's playing at a two average clip, and John's struggling to on a run of 2 here. Look, it appears struggling for his tournament life in this quarterfinal. We'll just let the cameras roll so you guys can get a sliver of the action. Obviously, this is not the main production table, but you
It's
can
hard
see.
to see this maybe a 3 rail. It's hard to say. No,
Okay,
the-
he's,
did a +2 and made it. Got some finger shots.
oh yeah, and from what I've seen, he's been ducking Pedro and causing Pedro to miss the last few innings. Fighting for his tournament life.
Nice sign on the wall there. Billiards is a sport. It was in the World Games this year, which were held in Birmingham, Alabama in July.
Yeah, that was very enjoyable. We got to watch Dick Jaspers win it again, right?
Well, the last World Games were actually, I think, won by Danny Sanchez.
Oh,
and
Danny
before that,
Sanchez.
Marco Zanetti won 8 years ago or 9 years ago. The World Games are held in the year after the Olympics. It's sports that would like to become Olympic sports.
Yeah, it's organized by the Olympic Committee.
Yes.
It was a great production that involved the entire city of Birmingham, Alabama.
And I think they had almost 30 different sports. It was interesting. We were at the billiards venue, which had pocket billiards, 9-ball, snooker, and Carom billiards. But I tried to get out to some of the other venues. One of the most popular venues was the tug of war venue,
wow.
which had been an Olympic sport, oddly enough.
Yeah, I actually went down there. We showcased our new Predator Arena lights over there. We're the official light of the event. But I went to watch some of the other sports like martial arts, powerlifting.
It was skydiving.
There's
rock
even
climbing.
drone racing.
Yeah.
Didn't know that was a sport.
Almost the entire city was closed down just for the athletes.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive production down there. But it was really, really nice to have billiards included with other sports and being shown in the mainstream media. So that was an important venue.
And it was one venue, so you had side by side a pool table, a carom table, and a snooker table.
Yeah, and I gotta say that there was. Oh, look at this! Pedro makes this match point with a beautiful short, long spin shot, and he's into the semifinals. So once again, thank you everybody for joining us. Let's take a short break, and then we're going to go into the first semifinal. I really appreciate you spending the time here with me in the booth and helping me cover the action of the 2022 USBA National Championship here in Morton Grove, Illinois at 5,000 Years Carom Billiards. Join us, everybody, and go sign up to be a USBA member.